Hello YouTube, what's up? My name is Chicken Fried Rice, and today we are going to be playing some R.U.S.E. This is going to be a 3-on-3 on Center of Gravity. Now this week, this is going to be the only video I'm posting, and for the simple reason, I am sick, and I have been for most of the week. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed that by the sound of my voice, but let's just say I haven't been able to talk at all for a very, very good while. So for this game, we're actually playing with the usual gang. I'm going to be playing as UK. You have Mobius Strip, which is actually Mobius Khan, and Is Your Bye-Bye. Change his name, you know. He likes to change things up, and he is now Jerome something. Okay? So I'm going UK Air, and I knew this, or one of them was going to go Air, so I was, thinking about whether going Spitfires right off the bat or doing stuff, so I ended up just going straight teching Spitfires, because this guy's going for early game truck snipes with a fighter bomber and aircraft combo. Now right here, Is Your Bye-Bye is the funniest thing. This guy doesn't even snipe this truck. He doesn't even camo it, and the guy doesn't take this time to snipe the truck. He had fighter bombers flying over it. Now there is a chance those are decoys, but no, they're not. Both of those are completely real, which is done because he let him put up this anti-air bunker, which pretty much now protects his land. In the meantime, this guy's going to go and pararush people, and not exactly surprising. It's a common UK tactic to start off when you start off one depot, and soon enough I start getting British Spitfires up and pumping. It's just that the British Spitfire takes a good while to tack. The advantage is the enemy gets very early game air superiority, but once you get that air going, they cannot stand a chance. So right here, this guy trying to paradrop Mobius strips his base. Unfortunately for him, Mobius sets up a, I don't know what this is called, this position. It is called a, yep, it's a fortified position. There you go. It is a fortified position, and it fires anti-aircraft guns. So he drops there, he drops in the city, he drops a little everywhere. So now I've got Spitfires. Like, I just got 4 Spitfires in less than 2 minutes. Now the reason for that is once you tech them, these things are easy to make, and they're fast and efficient to make. So with that, I start doing some real damage to all of these guys. So, British guy surrenders. He realized he screwed up with his paradrop didn't work, and he didn't have access to stuff, so I go truck snipe, $15 and $40 truck snipes. Both of them pretty awesome truck snipes, if you ask me. In the meantime here, I'm going after this recon. Surprisingly, 2 Spitfires aren't enough to take out a recon. That actually surprised me. I thought it would have taken more. So right here, this guy starts coming out with P-47s. And that's not really the smart thing to do if you're playing U.S. It's a very noob tactic to do, to just go fighter bombers, because sure, you can send in your fighter bombers, take out a bunch of things, but it's not going to do you any good whatsoever, because the second the enemy, if you're playing against UK especially, I just get a few, I use $20 Spitfires and I'm shooting down a bunch of $30 fighter bombers. So it puts me in a much, much better position in air superiority, because my Spitfires are better at that than the fighter bombers. So right here, we're kicking their ass. This guy, Mobius, has got a recon in the middle of this guy's base, so I end up sending some paratroopers, which I'm going to take his base over with. I'm gonna hold the front for a little bit. Eventually, this guy's gonna finally decide to make a move, because he had overwhelming forces. He just decided never to do anything, which is pretty stupid, but that's besides the point. In the meantime, we've secured all 4 depots, and we are progressing throughout this map. I would have to say fairly well. Things are going fairly well this part of the game, man. We are, what, a good 10 minutes in. Yeah, we set the timer for 40 minutes. And you know what? We used our time wisely, and we didn't max out the clock, but it was still a fun game to play. It's quick. So I just captured this guy's base, no opposition. I go right with this guy. Could have sent that T-46 and camped my base, but he didn't think of that. I tried to paradrop this guy's base. Unfortunately, he had anti-aircraft guns ready. So right away I make two cruisers, which go and take care of that T-26. And immediately I start checking Su-85s, Su-100s. In the meantime, I get, sorry, I thought I was Russia for a minute. I start teching archers. So I start making some archers, and eventually I start teching fireflies. Fortunately, I don't get too many of those at the door before anything happens. In the meantime, your bye-bye runs over this guy with friends, and he manages to set up a secondary HQ right in the middle of the guy's base, which is pretty bad. The enemy set up an HQ in the middle of your base. So right here, you see me. I'm just trying to help box in this guy. I'm gonna lose this base because I don't really care. And in the meantime, all we're doing right now is stalling for time. Mobius Strip, what we're going to do is just toy with these guys. And what Mobius Strip is going to do is he's going to build like 20 long toms because we just wanted to troll these guys into dying. So, this guy gets artillery, starts bombing my base and all that. In the meantime, I get a crap load of bombers, and I managed to take out a BA-11 with 9 bombers, which is great for me. Yay. I get a medal. In the meantime, you see Mobius' strips. His stack, actually Mobius Kong, his stack of long-term artillery has never looked better. In the meantime, I'm just holding this side. This guy could have made Sturmovix and just smacked the hell out of everything, because I don't have fighters anymore. I just started going pure Lancasters. Why would I use fighters? There's no point. There's no enemy air, so he's got Ishaks. I'm not very worried about those. They don't pose much of a threat, and really, at this point, I'm not even trying to hold this base. I'm just trying to stop him from trying to retake and secure his flanks, because what you want to do is make him insecure his flanks. And finally, Mobius's artillery stack just opens up like a hurricane, and he's just wrecking this guy's base. In the meantime, it's your bye-bye. Pretty much being an asshole to this guy. This is the funniest shit. This guy doesn't even realize it. We're building admins in front of his face. It's like, come on, come and cap my base. So this guy starts smarting up. He's like, oh, I'm gonna get those admins. So he wants to send in his IS-2s to go do some damage. Luckily for me, my bombers there took out 2 $10 tanks, which were utterly useless. In the meantime, it's your bye-bye making admins. You see, he's got nothing. Stupid mistake from this guy. He's not making any recon, so is your bye-bye. Just puts like $50 into stopping, I don't know, $200 worth of tanks. And it's the funniest shit ever. Oh, look at that. It's like, oh, I'm going to get those admins. And then all of a sudden, oh no, what are you going to do? You're completely getting shot on by AT. So this guy's getting destroyed by his bye-bye's AT. And he puts a blitz and a fanat to get out of there, which is a waste of a ruse. He was not smart with his tanks. He did not put recon, and Mobius' stack of long toms, well, is just getting bigger by the minute. In the meantime, you know, I have a few admins, but not that many. Mobius has, well, none, because he secured all the middle depots, and his bye-bye is just trolling this guy. Like, you put a line of admins in front of the guy's base, and he can't do shit about it. That's like the funniest crap ever. So this guy tries to bomb Mobius's long toms. Unfortunately for me, I don't have any fighters yet. But I come in here and I bomb JS2s, or IS-2 tanks, however you want to call them. And I actually managed to kill IS-2 tanks with Lancasters, which is really not their intended purpose. But once I started building Lancasters, I was like, guy, let's just troll this guy, because Mobius was making a stack of arty. So we all agreed we weren't going to play this seriously. So I wanted to see how many Lancasters I can take to bomb a person. So this guy finally decides to make a move on his bye-bye's base. He tried to radio silence it, but unluckily for him, his bye-bye had camouflage and all those things. So he makes like 20 bunkers just in time to wreck this guy's para-drop attempt, which really didn't work out at all. And this guy also sent a few units in the back of the map just to make us sweat longer. And that's a common tactic that people do, but he ends up surrendering. So as usual, guys, thanks for watching. Leave your comments below, please subscribe. And hopefully, if my voice is back by next week, I shall be able to post a lot more videos next week.